Hello, Flosstube. It's Halloween Eve. Halloween Eve, yeah. Halloween is All Hallows Eve. Eve. So it's Saturday, October 30th, not the 31st. Tomorrow, Sunday, is Halloween. So my sisters and I just recorded our Sticks and Strings video, and we wore costumes. So I'm a shark bite victim, shark attack victim. So I have my goggles and blood and a shark biting my head, towel, swimming suit. Yeah. So I'm going to take the towel off because it's kind of in the way here. Hello. So, my name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and I'm hoping that this blood will wash off well enough because I have church tomorrow, and I don't want to go to church looking like I've been attacked. But it's all in good fun. We typically don't really have trick-or-treaters coming to the door here in our neighborhood just because it's a gated community and there are only a couple of kids living here apparently. And so, yeah, they don't typically go. I think the first year we lived here, we had one kid come to the door. And the other years we have had no one. Still, Halloween is a good excuse to buy candy, so, yeah. And I did buy some little table decorations that we used for our video. There's a little ghost. These are, candle holders. So we used those electric tea lights, let me try this one. We had a little trouble with this ghost because he's tall and it's hard to get the lights to show up. I don't know if you can see it here because I have the light on, but you can kind of see it's kind of glowing a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, there's the ghost. And let me turn this off so I don't. Yeah. And there's the little pumpkin. And kitty cat. We got these at Walmart. And and this blood junk is this vampire blood from Walmart also. And while I was at Walmart, I saw some stuff they had there. I had these little pumpkin charms, which, I probably won't use this year, because Halloween is basically over. But, as my sister says, Halloween comes every year. So, and there's a little garland here, a little pom-pom garland with purple and orange and green and black pom-poms. So, there, my haul. I guess I did my haul first. Anyway, so that was what I got the other day for Halloween. I guess it was just earlier this week when I was shopping for the vampire blood. That's what I was looking for, and so because I had the shark hat for my birthday, so I thought of this costume, and so I just wearing my swimming suit top. So anyway, well, happy Halloween. I hope you all have fun tomorrow and some candy and stuff like that. So this is a channel about cross stitch, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So I have finished. This is Ghoul Garland by Stitching with the Housewives. Sorry about the glare, but I'm not going to take it out. It's in a little page protector thing, and I don't want to take it out. But so this Ghoul Garland is a design by Priscilla Blaine for Stitching with the Housewives. And I've had it for, I want to say, a couple of years. And I just had never gotten around to stitching it. So there it is. I just finished it. And I just started it, I guess, last week. Because I showed last weekend for my update, I had just done a little bit of the body right here. And finished it this week. I think not yesterday, but Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday, I guess. I finished it. Yeah, so, yeah. And this is 32 count linen, I believe, that I dyed myself. Like I said, with Pumpkin Pile, I had dyed it for the Sleepy Hollow sale that I showed week before last. But it was too dark for that, so so I had kept it, and it worked out perfectly for this because her designs are typically done on black fabric, and so this is black enough. The only thing that doesn't show up well all in every instance is this little purple stuff around there, but it shows up well enough. Here on the ghost, and the white really pops, and the oranges, and yeah, so it looks really good. So, and this ghost is so cute. I just love his little face. Anyway, so there's that. I don't know how exactly I'm going to finish it, but there it is. And so, since I finished it a little while ago, and I have a new start that I'm thinking of doing, just starting it November 1st. So I have a couple of days. I had yesterday and today. I'll do a little more stitching, and tomorrow. And I don't know if I will work on it all this weekend, but what I pulled out, because I was actually kitting up this new start that I'm going to have on November 1st, and I was actually, I thought, well, I could start it now, whatever, and but I was too tired, and yesterday actually I had an eye doctor appointment, and dilated my eyes as part of that visit, and so I was just my eyes were just messed up and out of focus basically all day long until like late at night, like 10 or so. I was had cleared up enough that I could stitch. I could see well enough to sort of kit things up. I was looking at the kit, going, "What are the symbols?" Trying to make sure I had everything right. And I had done part of it before, but so I finished pulling the threads for that, but I couldn't stitch until late at night. So I decided to do something else. So I had started this, I had shown part of this, I had done a little bit of it. This is called Winter Gatherings. It's a Winter Gathering. It's a dimensions kit. And the design is by Kim Martin. But it's little birds on I guess a wire. With some ghostly looking trees in the background. And they're all wearing their winter hats and scarves, and they've got their stockings up. So I had done the center bird, and then part of this, part of the tree. These are done in half stitches. This little tree, blended threads and half stitches. And then the other day I did the length of the color. I think there's white along the top of this, but this is the width of the design, so that goes end to end. So I did this stitch here, and then there's a bird right here, so I started on this bird. I did this orange color, and since I had the thread out, I did some of this stocking. There's some, another color next to it, but so I just did the orange, there, and then yesterday I did this part, and today I did a little bit of that while we were filming the video. So yeah, so there's like the orange is used in part of one other bird on this in this design, but he's far away from these other ones, so I'm not going to work on him because it would be too much counting. But so I'm probably going to do more of this bird, or maybe more of the stockings. It depends on what color. It's one of those difficult patterns to look at because, there's like, this symbol in red and this symbol in red and this symbol in red. So it's, you're looking at it. It's a little hard to tell, what the different symbols are. So you have to look a little more closely, a little more, in a little more detail to see that typically. So it's a little bit harder to do. Let me get these out of the way here. And then, so I'll probably continue to work on that or one of my other WIPs or something for the next, for the rest of today and for tomorrow. And then on November 1st, I want to start on, I talked about the Mandalorian, this design. And I talked about wanting to do, last Saturday, we had spent the day helping my nephew Eli move into his new apartment. And one of the things that my sister had talked about, his mom had talked about, was that he didn't have any like bathroom towels or whatever, And so I thought, oh, I've done some fingertip towels, or kitchen towels from my mom for Christmas, whatever. And as a matter of fact, I have some of them here. Because she and I had talked about giving some to my niece because she has an apartment, and we thought about, hey, maybe some she'd appreciate some Christmas towels. And so so she and I had talked last year before she passed away. We had talked about some, possibly, what she might be interested in, and giving to them to her. But then, she had put them away because we weren't, it was early in the month. We hadn't decided on, what we were going to give her yet. And then I couldn't find them for a while. But then the other day I thought, I think I know where they are. And I looking for them and found some. But so anyway, I thought I would do a similar thing for my nephew. So when I talked to, upside down, when I talked about this before, I talked about, doing like maybe one of these, at least this character for sure, the baby, the child, baby Yoda, because I wasn't sure how much stitching area I would have. But what I found was they have the little fingertip towels, but they also have these bigger towels. And these were at Hobby Lobby. So they have these larger towels that are, just a nice size for a bathroom towel. And they have a stitching area. And this stitching area is, I believe, 16 count. And it's about 3 inches tall and about 16 inches wide. So I think, I want to count for sure, but I think this whole design will fit on there. It's only 180 wide by 60 high, and that's like sort of padding the design a little bit because I think the computer, will tell you that's how wide it is, but there's actually a few empty stitches on either side and on the top and the bottom. So it's not exactly 60 inches high. It's typically, a little bit shorter. And And so, like I said, this is 16 count times, it's blowing out a little bit, by like 3 inches. So that's 32, 42, 48 inches tall. And these designs are actually not quite, not really 60 inches tall. So the tallest ones I think will fit on here. But like I said, I want to make sure. But that's the plan now. So if I can stitch one whole design of the Mandalorian as it appears on here, just all the characters. If I can make them all fit on here, I will do that. So that's like sort of an everyday design. And then for Christmas, I have another one of these towels for Christmas. And what I have is this Leisure Arts fingertip towels leaflet, right? Fingertips for Christmas. And so there's all these different designs. But there's a Santa Claus pulling a Christmas tree. And there's a reindeer pulling a sled with a present. And so what I'm wanting to do is to sort of combine those so that, I have like the reindeer and the Santa Claus and the sled or sleds or whatever. And I think I did the Santa Claus, but I don't know for sure. I don't have one of those. So I don't know if I gave it to my mom and she used it for something else or whatever. But I made some like I said, some towels over the years for her. So I think when my mom and dad first moved here or something, I did these towels just a couple of years ago. So I did this that has the little carolers or whatever for my mom. And I did one that has Santa Clauses and one that has for my younger sister and snowmen for my older sister. So these towels actually don't have an Aida insert. They have just a white, insert that you can embroider on. And so this is, I sort of was counting it, and it seems smaller, but according to my general calculations, it's about 20 count. I don't know. It seems smaller than that, but there's that. And then this falls under the category of previous finishes. Those fingertip towels. This one is actually not in that collection. This was some kind of Christmas collection thing I had that this was like I think not all of them. I think it was like maybe this many or something like that. And I just extended it to make it look a little better. So this is one of those fingertip towel things that that you typically have in the kitchen or whatever. So this was a Christmas design. It's just not traditional Christmas colors. It's sort of modern Christmas colors. And then this one is also not in that book. This was a design for a mug. So it was, they give you like a vinyl insert for this mug and this pattern, and you stitch it like one color on the mug on the vinyl insert, and then it goes in the mug, and the mug snaps together. So you have the clear outside part, and then with the vinyl in it, and then a colored inside part or whatever. So you would typically drink out of it, and then to wash it, you could take the insert out, take the vinyl out, and then wash the handle and the inside or whatever. And then when it's dry, put the vinyl back in there and stick the inside of a cup back on there. So I did it, and then I had the idea of putting the design on the towel, and I took the vinyl insert out and put it with a towel or whatever. And then at some point I saw the cup and I thought, well, I don't guess I have the insert anymore. And I got rid of the cup when I was moving out here or something. So yeah, I have this vinyl insert and I don't have a cup to put it with anymore. And actually I have a couple of cups that have little vinyl inserts of a different design. And I never did anything with them. I think I have the cups, put away somewhere. And anyway, but so I did this design in like some kind of, I think a DMC metallic or something, metallic thread. So it's a really cute design. Yeah. So that's one I did. And then this is one from that book, that little leaflet. And this is the reindeer pulling the sled with the gifts. Yeah, and it's Rudolph. He's got a little red nose. So, like I said, I was wanting to do this reindeer and the Santa Claus and the two, somehow do the sleds or something like that. And somehow do that, adapt that design for the second little white towel. I had thought before about dyeing them, but then I thought, well, I was in talking it over with my sister. We thought, we were thinking through that these towels are typically going to get, heavy usage in, people wiping their hands on it and then being thrown in the wash and all that. And so the DMC thread I'm not worried about because it's typically color fast. Like you have to worry about the darker colors, the reds and the blues, whatever. But typically it's color fast thread and you can wash it, and I think as long as it's washed in cold water and whatever, it'll be fine. But I don't know about dyeing. I would have to to dye it. I would have to use fixatives and blah blah blah. To make it color fast, whatever. Typically with cross stitching stuff, you don't have to really worry about that because you're not gonna be throwing it in the wash every other day. So anyway, so I'm gonna just stitch it on white. But anyway, so that's my plans for November, and these are the threads for the Mandalorian and for the Santa Claus and the reindeer and the sleds and stuff like that. So yeah, with the Santa Claus and the reindeer, they're relatively small designs, so it's there aren't it's not going to be a lot of thread. But just now I was thinking that maybe I'll do all the reindeer. I'll have to see if I can do like 8 reindeer and Rudolph or something like that, and then the sled, whatever. I don't know. I just now it occurred to me that I could do that if I'm clever enough. If I can, make an adaptation of the design. But so yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be working on, and then I have a couple of other designs that I might do. Let's see if I can squeeze them in for Christmas. In the past, I've done like several designs for several people for Christmas, and I typically have started back like in July or something, and I didn't do that this year. And part of it is that I'll probably, not do Christmas stitching for everybody. Maybe I'll do some smaller designs or something like that, or I'll do designs for 1 or 2 people or something. I'm not sure. But and do something else for all the people on my Christmas list or something. Because on the one hand, I thought, I don't know if people don't necessarily want some kind of cross stitch gift or whatever. I don't want to be sort of, tied to, this heavy schedule of, oh, I have to get this done, I have to get this done, I have to get this done by Christmas. I wanted to just do a bunch of random things. And so, you know, like we had cross stitch camp, you know, I did some smaller designs for that. So we had June, July, and August, some, you know, cross stitch camp, like basically challenges. And so because I had smaller designs and I got those done sort of at the beginning of each month, then I had other stuff to work on that I was able to work on for the rest of the month. So I did a lot of stitching and had several finishes over the course of the summer, and also in November and October. I mean September and October. So I, you know, had typically, even though I had a lot of things to, you know, to finish for Christmas, I had not done stuff that just for myself, which I did over the course of the summer. So I have a lot of FFOing to do, you know, but I had several finishes. So I still haven't decided, you know, what all I'm going to do for Christmas for everybody, for, you know, whether I'll do more Christmas related stitching or something. Sorry, this shark had these little shark teeth are poking my ear. Or what exactly. But it feels kind of nice to sort of, you know, have a choice, you know, of various things to do. And if I do some Christmas things, they're going to have to be relatively small because I only have 2 months, basically, right? So, and I want to do that Mandalorian chart for sure, and I'm going to see how quickly that goes. Because they're relatively small designs, but there's a lot of them. And I'm just going to have to see how that goes. And also for the Christmas thing, the Christmas fingertip towel thing, if I can just, like, you know, make several reindeer, you know, I can just make that same reindeer over and over again, just without the Rudolph nose, and then make one with the Rudolph nose, you know. So yeah, we'll see how that works. If I have room to do all those for the design, and then make the Santa come out right or whatever. So that's an idea. So anyway, so yeah, I have, like I said, finishes, maybe more work on that WIP, or I still have the super showstopper Sal patterns that I haven't worked on yet since I started the Witchy Stitchy thing for October. So I have to stitch today, and tomorrow is a mandatory stitch day for the Witchy Stitchy project to finish that. So, but I don't really have any other Halloween charts that I want to work on, you know, that I can finish in time for, for Halloween, for the 31st. I don't think I have anything going on because I haven't, you know, done a lot of Halloween stitching. I just had the Tiny Modernist Sal that I finished, except for the topper. Maybe I'll work on that. I don't know. And I, you know, the Ghoul Garland thing I wanted to do, and so I had that. Kettleween Cal was another Halloween chart that I, by Stitching with the Housewives, that I did not do. So I don't know. But, so I have a lot of choice for just a couple of days, just today and tomorrow. And then, like I said, starting in November, I want to start on that Mandalorian chart. I was going through my Thread Stash app on my tablet yesterday because I had that Mandalorian chart and all that, and I wanted to just put it in my thing. And so I have not gotten everything entered into Thread Stash, all the stuff that I have going on. but I have several of them on there. And I, had the thing like hide my completed projects, because I think I had about 50 things in there, 50 projects in there, and then several of them were completed. So I told it, to hide the completed projects, and I have 34 WIPs in there, in that list. And I think I have a handful of, like little things that are not listed in there, that I may or may not finish anytime soon. But yeah, so it's kind of, good to sort of keep track of what I have going on in there. So I kind of want to, look through that and see what I've got going on, and what I want to work on or whatever. But for now, the Mandalorian is going to be my focus for next month, and then the Christmas things for that Christmas towel. So anyway, so I guess that's about all I've got going on. I will, but tomorrow the Sticks and Strings video is going to be up, and I'll have that after it goes live. I'll have that linked in the description box below this video, and we'll be having another sale on our Etsy shop starting in November, but you still have a couple of days of our October sale, which was 15% off a purchase of $35 or more, which will also trigger free shipping if you spend $35 or more. So, you have a couple of days to hit up our Etsy site for for that sale. It's Three Sisters Creative is the name of our Etsy shop, and that will be linked below as well. And I think that's it. So, feel free to comment on this video. And like I said, I will link the Three Sisters Creative. Oh, I meant to say, we did a couple of work days working on the 411 project, the pillowcases that we were making for the children's home, from in my mother's honor. So several people sent in cash donations, fabric donations, and so we had spent some time, putting fabrics together, cutting some trim, and so we had a couple of days where we were just ironing and cutting, trimming to size the fabrics and ironing them, and pinning them or clipping them together. And we have a few the sort of burrito rolls that are ready to be sewn. We have a handful of those, but then several things ironed together. So we did a couple of days of that, and we'll do more to try to get those prepared. And my sisters and I were counting, and it looks like we have about 70 plus pillowcases waiting to be done. So it's going to take a lot of work to get those done. But hopefully we'll get them done, like I said, in time to send them to the children's home in time for Christmas or something. So yeah, thanks for all your generous donations, and you can still learn about that. The link to the 411 project is in the description box below, but also you can look at the Sticks and Strings videos. That's on Flosstube, and you can look at that channel, and the 411 project is in there also, in the Three Sisters Creative Sticks and Strings videos on Flosstube. So anyway, I think that's everything, and I'm gonna go wash this blood makeup off and hope that I don't have to go to church with these streaks on it. And I'll take off my shark hat and this little bobbly eyes and tail. My cats looked at me funny, like with big buggy eyes, like, "What's on your head? What is that?" my shark hat. But okay, so next time, hopefully you'll see some progress on the Mandalorian chart and see what I've decided to do for the Christmas chart, Christmas towel, and some other things. So, all right. Well, I will see you next week. Have a happy and safe Halloween tomorrow, and I'll see you next time. Bye.